Hello there everybody and welcome back to Movie Squirm. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 1979 horror classic Alien, and this is directed by Ridley Scott and stars Sigourney Weaver, Tom Skerritt and John Hurt. Whilst returning to Earth, the Nostromo intercepts a distress signal on an unknown planet. However, a creature makes its way on board and starts to pick off the crew one by one. Now, Alien, of course, is one of the most famous horror sci-fi movies ever made. I actually hold a place for this film in my top 10 horrors of all time, and it's been a couple of years since I revisited this movie, but with Alien Romulus coming out soon, I wanted to delve back into the franchise. So does this still hold up? Now, what I will say, guys, if you're a bit of a younger age and you are going into Alien for the first time, there's every chance that you might not like this movie, because movie tastes have changed over the years and the way movies are made, a lot of them are fast-paced and stuff, especially the ones in the mainstream. But this is the ultimate slow burn film. Now, don't get me wrong, there's every chance you will see it through the eyes of other people who think this is one of the best movies ever made, but I'm just letting you know that going in. Also, nothing really too exciting or of note happens until about just under the hour mark there. However, this for me is a positive, letting the viewer get fully immersed into this world and letting it be realised that there is a point in future where space travel is the norm. I mean, this is a fully immersive experience, and what I will say is the opening title credit with a great score in the background really makes you feel like you are alone on this ship with these characters in a vast open space with absolutely nothing around you. One of the best things about Alien, though, is the incredible set design. Ridley Scott moves the camera around like a wand to make the Nostromo feel like a character itself. It's a ship with all the bells and whistles that probably wouldn't look out of place even today. Apart from them Windows 95 keyboards there. There's always something in each shot on the Nostromo that catches your eye. You're constantly looking around, just investigating this ship, basically. But it's not just the Nostromo that has great set design. When the characters of this ship are called to the distress signal, this planet really looks dark, dull, and depressing, but Ridley Scott films it in a way where it is absolutely jaw-dropping. It's a visual treat to look at. It's a horror fan's dream, really. And just watching these characters walk towards it, man, I mean, it's just beautiful filmmaking. It really is. And this planet is basically uninhabitable. I mean, you can just tell straight away. It feels like danger is around every corner. You are fearing for these characters. But again, it feeds into the title screen where we know that this is a planet very, very fucking far away. I mean, Ridley Scott is amazing at making you feel very, very isolated in this world. But it's all done with great mystery and intrigue. You're wondering what these characters are heading towards. Why has this distress signal been let off? And what are these characters going to find here? And that's the great part of Alien, where I say about it having a positive about the slow burn, because all of the time you're thinking, what are these characters going to get into here? And yet all is revealed when we get back to the ship. And this is where one of the greatest, I wouldn't even say horror movie moments, I will say greatest movie moments of all time happens here with the chest burn scene. But looking at that face hugger, man, I mean, this is such an incredible design by H.R. Giger. It's arguably more dangerous than the xenomorph itself. I mean, if you go to take it off the host, I mean, it threatens to strangle John here, for God's sake. It's got spider-like creatures, so as someone who's an arachnophobe, that makes me, my skin crawl a little bit seeing this face hugger. And it's got concentrated acid for blood, for God's sake. So there's no way of really getting this damn thing off unless you're going to kill the host, basically. So it's got some defense mechanism. However, guys, this is a masterclass in filmmaking, this chest burn scene, because I just want to rewind to 1979. Can you imagine being in the cinema when this chest burn scene happens? I mean, if I had a time machine or something, that is one moment I would love to experience in the cinema, but I was born in 1988, so I fully missed that. But I have heard from people who were there saying it was an amazing experience, and no one really expected it. And the characters in the film don't either. They're laughing, they're joking, they're eating around the table. They think John Hurt is okay because this facehugger has been released from him. And next minute, shit hits the fan with this tiny xenomorph jumping from John Hurt's chest. And I believe I read a fact where the characters were sort of improvising this. They didn't quite know what was fully going to happen. So that is another great touch of genius from Ridley Scott there. But what I love about this scene is the slow build-up, all the mystery, all the intrigue has been released. And that first hour is worth the wait for this scene and how the rest of the movie plays out. And of course, with this being the first Alien movie, viewers and characters in the film alike have no idea what they are dealing with here. And I like how the movie slowly reveals the xenomorph. Each time it picks someone off or something, we learn something new about it. But the odds are just stacked against our characters here. And you learn that even more as the third act goes on. And they have so little at their disposal. You feel like there's no way out. I mean, the whole process of an egg to facehugger to xenomorph is a three-way life cycle. I mean, that is so creative to come up with that in the first place. But having this big, long, gigantic, sort of oval, spiky-shaped head, who came up with that design and has a mouth within a mouth that can penetrate people's skulls? I mean, it's one of the most terrifying movie villains ever created now, isn't it? And I love how the alien navigates its way through the ship, picking off characters one by one. I mean, it doesn't just show how dangerous it is, but how smart it actually is. And there's no wonder Ash wanted to take this damn thing home and study it, you know, because it is the ultimate killer machine. Now, on rewatch, I noticed how the movie throws these little subtle hints that Ash is going to be sort of on the opposite team. I mean, he's got the company at heart and he's willing to sacrifice these characters. I mean, you just notice little things here and there, but it doesn't overblow it or anything. So it's also a great credit to Ian Holm, who plays the part wonderfully. But even if you did see that he was going to turn on everyone, I'm not having it that anyone went into this film knowing that he was an android. I mean, if you did, I'm going to have to call you a liar, my friends. So that's an awesome little twist there. This movie really does have a good host of characters. I think they feel like a team, even if some of them do disobey orders now and again. They feel like a bunch of characters who've been on many missions together. And the chemistry is just there, you know. They feel like they know one another really well. They haven't just been plonked on screen and said, oh yeah, we're shooting next week, get to know each other. It feels like they've spent months together to really, you know, let their personalities bounce off one another there. And I always really like Yoffa Koto, who plays Parker in this movie. Rest in peace to him, but I just think he's a cool little character with his little comedic one-liners and stuff. But of course, this movie gave birth to one of the greatest female protagonists ever portrayed on film in Ellen Ripley, played magnificently by Sigourney Weaver. Now, I love how the movie doesn't really give you a big hint of who the main character is, but we slowly, as a viewer, latch onto Ripley anyway, because she seems to be the smartest character out of the bunch. She kind of doesn't want to let this life force on board. And all they had to do was listen to her, and none of this would have happened. And you slowly latch onto her character because you realise she is the one who they all should have listened to in the first place. And I really like how she kicks ass in the third act. It's her against the xenomorph, and the movie just has a huge payoff, especially regarding her character. Now, honestly, guys, I only really have one negative with Alien, and that is the fact that some of the kills are a little bit too off-screen. Now, what I mean by that is we are kind of guessing what is happening with some of these kills, and you have to kind of use your imagination. Now, some will like that. For me, personally, I would have just liked to see a little bit more gore there. I just think it could have worked a little bit better in these death scenes, and it is slightly edited in a sort of eyesore-ish kind of way, I feel. But I do believe they were having trouble avoiding an X rating, so maybe this will explain that. But some will agree with me, some will won't. That is fine. However, guys, I had a great time revisiting Alien. If you have not seen this film, it is one you should definitely give a watch. Ridley Scott, this might just be his best film. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Alien a 9 out of 10. One of the best movies to come out of the 70s, period. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if horror is your sort of thing. What did you think of Alien? Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Please do let me know in the comments down below, and hopefully I'll be reviewing Aliens after this movie, so look out for that one. Thanks so much guys, you take care, and I'll see you on the next video.